Hey everyone, it's Becca, and for today's video I'm doing something a little bit different for my channel. I want to talk to you guys about the Black Lives Matter movement. So I really considered whether or not I was going to make a video about this because obviously I am white and I don't want to be performative or virtue signal in any way, but I watched a couple of videos that really changed my mind and I wanted to share what those videos said and what I learned from them and how I came to this decision in case there are any other creators out there. And of course I will have these videos that I'm mentioning linked down below in the description box. So the first one I watched was from a man named Roberto, and his opinion was it's okay to keep posting your normal content. This is a very difficult time and people need a break sometimes. You know, if we are just going at this movement 100%, people will get burned out and we need to make this as long lasting as possible. So it's okay to make things in your normal content so people can have a laugh or just a distraction maybe. Just maybe don't promote it on your other social channels so that we can leave that really important internet real estate open to the Black Lives Matter movement and continue to talk about those. And so I was like, okay, you know, I'll keep going with my normal content. But then I watched a video from a girl named Kai, and she was wondering, why are YouTubers not using YouTube to talk about this very important issue, especially for a lot of big YouTubers. YouTube is their biggest platform, so why would they not try to reach as many people as possible and make a YouTube video about this? Now obviously this is not a very big platform I have here. There's about 300 of you all who are subscribed, but I figured that's still 300 people I could use my voice to talk to and I could provide resources to and hopefully just use my voice for some good. And so that's kind of where I decided that I do want to talk about this on my YouTube channel, especially because I say that my YouTube is about ethical, sustainable, and intentional living. Part of being ethical is caring about other human beings and fighting for their rights. This is something I want to talk about my channel and I want to use whatever influence I have to make a difference in. And then I watched a third video from a woman named Kristina, and she is a white woman, and so she was just kind of sharing her beliefs and kind of doing like an open letter to white people kind of video. And so that's kind of what I want to do with this, just kind of sharing what I believe from one white person to probably other white people and just kind of my thoughts on what we need to be doing to be better allies and help make this movement as large as possible and just get some real fucking change done in the world, honestly. So that's why I'm making this video again. Apologize if this comes off as performative or like I'm virtue signaling. That is not my intention, but I completely recognize that might be its impact. And of course, if I say anything that is just incorrect, please leave a comment down below correcting me so that we can all learn from this. I made a post on my Instagram a few days ago because I was taking part in the Amplify Melanated Voices challenge, so I was not sharing any personal posts of my own. I made like 3 changes to the caption just from things that I've learned. No one called me out directly, but I've just been seeing so many different posts and of course trying to inform myself as much as possible, and so I corrected the mistakes I made and I want to continue to do that, and I encourage all of my other white and non-black people watching this to work on their mistakes as well. So that is where I stand, and I just wanted to hopefully use my voice for good. However, I do want to quickly say you really need to check yourself if you are listening to my voice because I am white and you are not listening to voices from black people and you're not believing them when they talk about their own lived experiences. This is something that I've been reading a lot about, and you might find my voice more palatable and that's not okay. It's just something you need to check yourself on. So if you're listening to me and you're agreeing with things I say, you just need to make sure that you're not just believing me, you're believing the people who are actually living these injustices every single day of their lives and understanding that they understand this movement better than anyone else and they are our leaders for this, and we need to look to them for how to do this movement, how to make this fucking thing successful and get change done, like I said. So quick little disclaimer, and now what I really want to say is, white people especially, if you have not done something yet, you need to do something. Anything. There are so many ways you can get involved that there is just really no excuse to have not done something by now. So just to kind of run down the list of things you can do, you can post on social media, sharing resources, especially helping to amplify black voices and trying not to center yourself. You can also sign petitions. It only takes a couple minutes. It's so easy to do. You can send emails to the legislators in your area demanding change, and there are so many templates that is also pretty easy to do do, you can make a donation if you're able to, and if you're not able to donate, you can watch YouTube videos that the creators have decided to donate all of their AdSense revenue from that video to Black Lives Matter causes. I would 100% be doing that with this video if I were monetized, but obviously I am not, so I can't. But that is a really wonderful thing people here on the YouTube platform are doing. I think the one that started it is from a woman named Zoe Amira. I actually finished watching through the whole thing today, and it is just such a phenomenal thing she did with that video. It showcases Black art and Black musicians, and it was just really beautiful to listen and watch, so I highly recommend that. And then finally, you can also attend a protest, and of course not everyone can do this, and coronavirus is still a very real threat, but I went to my first protest ever. I've never been to a single protest, not for women's rights or environmental issues, anything. I went to my first one with my boyfriend, and it was really phenomenal. I was kind of nervous, and again, I'm not trying to center myself. I can only speak from my own experiences, of course, but I was kind of nervous just because I didn't really know what to expect. Obviously, there has been violence, especially on the hands of the police at many protests, and, I've just never been to one. It was a totally new thing for me, just like going to a new school is a new thing, I just didn't know what to expect, but we drove downtown, and we saw groups of people kind of here and there, but not really like a large gathering, and so we just asked a couple people, hey, do you know where we're supposed to meet? They told us. We went over there, and we saw the police, we saw the military tanks, and we saw a huge group of people. All it took was asking one person, well, it was 3 people actually, but it just took asking one group of people for us to find it, and then we marched for 2 miles in the heat, and it was sweaty, but it was probably one of the best things I've ever done. There is just something so different about actually getting out there and standing and walking and chanting with these people of all races, fighting for this common thing. It was just really beautiful, and I think it just brought a new perspective to this movement for me. Sorry, I'm not articulating very well. Yeah, I really encourage you just to try to go to one, obviously, if you can. Obviously, please be safe, wear your masks, do all of those things, but I really encourage you to try to get out to one if you can. I don't think you'll regret it. And of course, it's also very important to be educating yourself, whether from reading, different things on social media. That's kind of been my main way so far. Following people who look different than you, and even following people who maybe you don't really know if you agree with them on some things. I started following a creator called Gem, and they post pretty radical information, and at first I really didn't understand a lot of it, but especially now that I've started seeing a lot more, from a lot of different people and stuff, I have changed my beliefs and my stance on different issues, and it's okay to do that. It's okay to learn and to change, so I really encourage you to do that. And of course, there's also so many lists of books to read and documentaries to watch and podcasts to listen to and so many different things. I know I will definitely be diving into a lot of those in the coming weeks. And of course, I just want to add that, if you're trying to learn, you're trying to be a better ally, which I hope is every single person out there, do not ask Black people what you need to be doing. They are tired. They've been fighting this fight since the day they were born, and while we do need to amplify their voices when they choose to speak, and we need to listen to them, all it takes is a quick Google search to learn a lot of things. I did not know what the acronym BIPOC stands for, and it took one Google search, and I learned it means Black, Indigenous, and People of Color. And now I can make so much more sense out of all of the things I'm seeing because I understand what that term means. Same with, I didn't understand, this is one of the things I corrected in that Instagram post, I didn't understand why the word Black should be capitalized. Took one Google search, and then I learned that it's because we are not talking about a color, of course, we're talking about a group of people, which should be capitalized. Just A, it's grammatically correct, and B, and more importantly, it's a matter of respect. So please just take a few minutes to do a Google search. It's not hard, and it saves people from having to go through more emotional labor that they shouldn't have to. And so like I said, there are so many ways to get involved, and you don't have to do all of them, you just need to be doing something. And it's so cool that, we don't need to all do everything because we all have our own strengths. So if you're an artist, you can make art, you can make signs for people, you can make, infographics that are really easy to read so that people can synthesize the information better. If you're a musician, you can make songs. If you're a really great leader, you can, lead the change in your area, you can organize protests, you can organize, a club at your school. I don't even know. There's just so many things you could do. And also, I totally forgot to say, but it's very important to also talk to your friends and families about these issues, especially, if you are white. No one can talk to my parents about this but me, really. I can't expect my Black friends to talk to my parents or something. That makes no sense. We have access to space that Black and people of color don't have access to. So it's our responsibility to make those conversations. Even if they're uncomfortable, they are so, so important. And finally, you know, don't get burned out. It is okay to take a break. This is a trying time for everyone, but take your breaks, but still keep going. There is so much momentum with this movement right now. I saw that it was the largest civil rights movement in history, and that is so crazy and also so inspiring. So please keep going. I wanted to share that even if it's just one thing a day or one thing a week, every little bit is gonna help, and we all need to be doing even just that little bit. I wanted to share that one of my friends I went to high school with, she actually put together a Google Sheet where everyone who signs up in the Google Sheet, she's going to donate $1 to a Black Lives Matter organization of their choice, and then every week you have to type in one thing or more than one thing that you have done to support the Black Lives Matter movement and be a better ally. So it's a really cool way to make a donation as well as continue to keep up this work, get inspired by other people and what they're doing, and hold yourself accountable. And when I signed up for it, there was about 70 people who'd signed up, and she is just, you know, a normal person, you know, I went to high school with. She doesn't have like a big following or something like that, and she's gotten 70 people to sign up for this. So I thought that was a really cool idea. Maybe you can start one of those in your area with your friends or something. But like I said, there are just so many ways to get involved. There's no excuse to not be doing something. Alright, I think that is all I have to say. Once again, I apologize if anything came across the wrong way. Please feel free to correct me in the comments, like I said, and also check out the description box. I'm going to put lots of resources down there. The description box is probably more important than anything I said in this video, so definitely check that out. And yeah, I think next week I will get back to my normal content, but this is definitely something I want to keep talking about, keep learning about, keep engaging with you all about. Get out there, do some work, or stay in your house and do some work, whatever is best for you. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I hope you are staying safe, and I hope you are happy and full of love. Let's change the fucking world, I guess. Bye, everyone.